My name's Stephen Fletcher from Wavem Studios, and we're developing a game for the Vulcan Blockchain called Cosmic Force. Cosmic Force originally is a shoot-'em-up game based on Galaxian and Defender, so it's got a real traditional retro style to it. But for the blockchain we want to do something new and cinematic, and so we're choosing Unreal Engine. This is the blockchain version of Cosmic Force, and in there we definitely want to include gameplay. We want you to be able to do the old shoot 'em up style, the dogfighting style. We need all the aspects that were there in the original game to be there in the new game. And we're talking about leaderboards. You actually start as a cadet and you go through some simulation training. Through the simulation training you actually build up your rank on a leaderboard. So leaderboards are going to be very much part of the game. NFTs are very much part of the game, because once you finish your cadet training, you actually then go on to fly the proper official starship, and then this is when you enter into the full metaverse that we're building. Cosmic Force will use Unreal Engine 5, and because of this we're looking to be featured on the Epic Games Play Store, which currently has about 2 million subscribers. We're now looking in Unreal. This is part of the code for the simulator game you're going to be seeing shortly. And in the simulator game we have some test code embedded in there using something called Blueprint, which actually links into Unreal. And you'll see when we started this game we sent a REST request, a JSON REST request, and we received back the address and the balance and an authentication ID. We built in an API so we can communicate with Unreal Engine, and we can send across all the details from the blockchain. So the framework we have will act as middleware. This is part of the development process that happened with the Cosmic Force Cadet Simulator training. The idea of the training is within the actual full game there's simulators available to each of the cadets. This way the cadet is able to master controlling the spaceship in a virtual world, within a virtual world. The initial simulator training will also include ranking screens, so your leaderboards, and this way players can compete against each other. The top players from the leaderboard will be eligible for winning NFTs that could include starfighter ships to then be used in the metaverse that will be unfolding.
Hi, my name is Mike. I am the artistic director in Cosmic Force. I'm also part of the Wavem Studios team, and I want to tell you about the vision that I see for Cosmic Force, which I express through design, and I will later show you the design process, how we model, how we texture, how we use this cinematic feeling in Unreal.
Hi, I'm Matthew Fletcher, and I'm also part of Wavem Studios, and my role has been to get everything that everyone's been making and put it into these worlds and generate the worlds and generate the experience that people have, which is the gameplay which will have shooting and driving and flying through space. Modern game making stuff there's so many systems that people have made, big businesses have made, that we're able to use. Just like the hackathon, with the Lego bricks part, you're able to take stuff like Unreal, take stuff like Gaia and Blender and all these other software, and use all these building blocks that they've done and put them together. Not only that, but take the blockchain side and make it all work, and with Unreal Engine we're going to be able to make this really work and make it something that people really want to play.
Here guys, we're just watching the process of taking references and fleshing out the basic shapes required for the spaceship. And here I'm just running through different variants, different options of what I could add, details, removing and adding some more details with panel system, and also fixing issues with the topology. So next we move on to UV mapping, which is a really important process for making sure that the textures can be applied properly, and then import this into Unreal, where we can finalize the final look and the materials.
So our inspirations for this game is more of a retro future style, not only because of that we made Cosmic Force before in the 8-bit style, but because we always loved that stuff. We loved it, and we seen all Star Wars and Dune and Blade Runner and all that stuff. Even Lightyear, the Toy Story film, I like the way that it all looked, the way that it's all designed. We're kind of looking for that, not only in the level design, but the actual gameplay itself, and also the NFTs. Everything is gonna have this sort of nostalgic thing, because I feel like this old style gameplay is really missing these days, and we want to incorporate it all together.
So as Cosmic Force is a game based on the blockchain, it's really important that I design around the use and utility of NFTs. And also we aim to make NFTs which will be collectible.
One of the key things that I've been working on is creating the levels which people will play. This one is a shooting level, person versus person, kind of similar style to Battlefront, the Star Wars game. That has a very good way of doing stuff, and the graphics are obviously insane, and I wanted to have a similar level design to that, as well as Halo. And here we have MetaHumans, a crazy bit of software that we're really glad that has been made, because you're able to make all sorts of realistic looking humans pretty quickly at an insane poly count. And yeah, we just think it looks very good, and you can also customize it in all sorts of other ways on top of what they already provide. We'll have AI in Cosmic Force, and here you can see the paths which the AI can walk down. And we want to have pretty good fast gameplay, Gameplay is kind of the most important part, so everything else will center around that. And it is actually what people really want, is good gameplay, no matter if it's a blockchain or just an ordinary style. Been using other softwares to create environments, some that are similar to ours, and then some that are a bit more strange, alien, world-like. One of the environments that we have is a sand-like, dune-like expanse of a plane that you'll be able to drive around in your very own buggy. Building worlds for any team is always quite a mission. And the good thing about Unreal Engine 5 is that they have allowed you to make worlds bigger than you've ever dreamed of. in 100 million kilometers squared, which is big enough for any galaxy. One idea that we thought was very cool is to have a city inside of a trench. And alas, the spaceship, the thing that people all been waiting for. Ultimately, we're looking to build Cosmic Force, and I hope that we can make that happen.